G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cancel Me Now podcast, episode 40 something, 45 or 46.
We're closing into the magic number
of 50, and I'm pretty sure, because we have our live show that you can only get tickets to if you are a part of the Patreon. So join us on the Patreon for $1 a month. You get an extra episode every single week and other shit. What else? Dick and ball pics.
Yeah, some nudes.
Just a couple of nudes.
But there surely couldn't be many tickets left.
I'm going to have a look.
Because there was only a few left last week. My money's on that it's sold out. I saw, shout out Drewy, our mate Drewy, who did the charity walk the other week. I saw him at the shops this morning. I said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm buying a Hawaiian shirt. Oh. And I said, why? And he goes, for the live show. Oh. So Drewy's going to have a nice Hawaiian shirt on. So
we should have a chat to Drew on the live show. Yeah,
I'd like to have you under Drewy because Drewy, for those that don't know, he's a big fan of yours.
What a loser.
Yeah, I know, he's an idiot. But he did a charity walk a few weeks ago that I partook in and he broke down. But we'll talk about it another time. But we said we might do something down the track potentially. He didn't finish the walk like he wanted to, but he did raise a lot of money for his charities.
There is currently 9 tickets left to the live show.
There's 9 tickets left.
So go and get those. Which is really cool because they're only available through Patreon.
Yeah, it's sick.
So we actually haven't put it on sale. It's just only available on Patreon, which I think we can be quite proud of the fact that we sold this whole thing out through Patreon.
Well, it's awesome. And I have a squiz every now and then. Like we've got nearly 2,000 subscribers on Patreon, which makes me...
It's a lot of people.
It makes me really happy.
It's a lot of people, man.
So thank you. And obviously for everyone that listens.
Yeah,
but
shout out to all of the people, but mainly the people on Patreon because they're the good ones.
Yeah, they're the ones that pay us.
But the only difference between the people on Patreon and the people who are not on Patreon is $1. So all it's going to cost you for us to be your friend is $1.
That's all our respect costs. We can be bought for $1 a month.
What are we going to do in this live show? John Bernard Krutsanitskis is in.
Yeah. I wanted to say the Greek freak, but he's not Greek. He's Lebanese.
The Lebanese
sleaze. He's in. He's funny.
He is funny.
We've spoken about this too. He's an athlete.
The Lebanese snooze keeps them on their knees.
He's got a good beak too.
Oh, because he's Lebanese. Obviously, he's got a big fucking nose.
So John's in.
John's in. Spoke to Matty Croaks last night. He is in.
Awesome.
He said to me...
Pending any off-season scandals.
Well, he said, I've got nothing on. And I said, what are you doing on the 13th of November? He said, I got nothing on. And then I said, do you want to do this? Haven't replied yet.
Okay, cool. That's not promising, but...
It's not promising, but that's okay. We'll get through it.
Croaks could be cut because the boys were in Bali. I did an article about the boys while they were in Bali.
Oh, they were in Bali. Who was in Bali?
It was the crew.
Knights.
It was like the Knights boys.
The cool ones.
The cool dudes. And it kept on my socials, the photos of them kept popping up in Bali at various restaurants and bars. And they were all very cool. They all had their shirts on, not a button.
Oh, don't they
to be
hate
done
the
up.
buttons?
All the boys are obviously in good nick. But they all had their buttons. All of them.
Yeah.
You're talking like 7 or 8 dudes, multiple photos. And I did an article making fun of them. And I don't think they liked it.
They didn't like it.
I don't think so.
Why?
They don't like to be made fun of.
Pussies. Fucking have a go. If you're going to run away with your shirt off, you deserve it, you big fucking
That's
idiots.
what I said.
So the live show is going to be good. We're going to have special guests. We're going to have...
I'm going to get pretty drunk. I think I'm going to get pretty drunk at it.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty good.
So Gabe's going to have to look after the equipment.
Obviously.
So Gabe, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are filming this right now because I am currently in Perth. If you're in Perth, come and see me live over the next 2 nights.
It'll be too late, won't it? Oh, no, this will come out.
No, it'll come out on Tuesday. And
you're in Perth next weekend?
I'm in on, Wednesday and Thursday shows.
Oh, midweek.
I don't know why it's fucking midweek. I'm sorry.
Who booked that?
Dickheads booked that.
Get out on a school night and see the butts.
Why would you do that? Anyway. And then the week after that, I'm in Wollongong. I know you are trialling material. You are welcome to come and trial some material.
Is that are you midweek or a weekend?
Saturday.
This coming Saturday?
No.
Because I was going to say I'm in Wollongong this Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I'm in Wollongong on the 5th, which is a Saturday.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to go to the open mic in Newcastle on Tuesday and try some stuff out.
Okay.
And then if it doesn't go terribly, I'll come to Wollongong with you.
You should have told me. I would have come with you.
Yeah, well, no, you'll be in Perth.
We're flying to Perth on Wednesday, going to Sydney Tuesday night.
Yeah, cool. No, it's all good.
To fly out nice and early. So you are debuting on stage stand up wise? What are you thinking going into it? You've been writing, you've been sending me material.
Yeah, well, I don't want to blow any of my. I only have a couple of ideas. So I don't want to burn them on the podcast.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I have like 2 ideas.
What do you got?
I can't.
No, well, not what do you got, but how are you going with the riding?
Yeah, good.
How's
It's
that
generally, I find like anything that I think's funny are just things that kind of happen. And then you just kind of go, like they're things that have happened to me anyway or already exist. I'm not sort of going, and then you just kind of run with it from there.
Yep.
A lot of stuff about like drugs and pedophiles and like misogynistic stuff at the moment seems to be
just things you can relate to?
Just the common themes.
Okay. Well, that's the same with mine though. Less
I'm like,
drugs, more pedophilia.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I
like, there's a lot of common themes here. That things I find funny.
That's fine. That's the shit that's taboo, right? Pedophiles, drugs,
I mean, yeah,
rock and roll.
That's
That's the whole fucking thing.
sex for kids, drugs, and rock and roll.
I think that's the original saying.
That's
they
what it
actually
was.
Changed it.
For sure.
But yeah, so you're riding. How much are you riding? Are you riding?
Not much, but when I get like a spare day, I'm trying to like similar to what I do with the articles. And at the moment, that's why I want to like when we turn the mics off, you and I are going to sit down and
well, we're already
trim the fat. Yeah, but we'll get the laptop out. I brought the laptop.
Oh shit!
Also, so you know, I can show this. There's a dildo. I only just realised this. I think my girlfriend's been very funny and put a sticker of a dildo on my laptop. See if you can see it there.
I can see that. I don't know where she's got that sticker from.
Probably when she bought a dildo, I reckon.
Gross.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Obviously, I'm not doing the job.
What a sledge that is. Oh, what come in the mail? Oh, a giant black dick. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. It's
like
not good.
You know when like this happened to a few mates when they're at the time in their relationship where they're about to get engaged and the girlfriend starts leaving clippings of like rings that she might want, like suggestions around the house.
You know who
Jesse's
was good
just
at that?
gone a bit further with a sticker of a dildo.
You know who was good at that? Fucking
Your wife?
My wife. She was talking about rings for years and she eventually sent me one that wasn't on sale. What was that?
She said,
What was that? You bloody well did.
we're talking about you, not to ya.
The wife. How good is Dixon at the moment? She's just like, I was going down to the shops the other day and she was upstairs playing The Sims, like rest and relax. And she goes, you wouldn't mind getting me a kebab, would you? Middle of the day. She goes, yeah, I wouldn't mind a kebab.
Nothing wrong with a lunchtime lamb sandwich.
And because she'd been talking about it for a few days and eventually she got the kebab she always wanted. And it turned out it wasn't what she expected. It wasn't good enough. So she built it up in her head and it was a massive letdown.
That's
very
disappointing.
hard, very, very tough for her, the poor dear.
That sucks.
But, you know, sometimes in life things go wrong and you just got to overcome them.
You get disappointed.
Fucking
Talk to my partner.
I saw during the week that the Netball Australia, and I know this is a topic that you're very into.
Yeah.
Netball Australia had a sponsor of $15 million.
Wow.
$15 million. So they were the major sponsor, $15 million. Hancock Prospecting.
What do they do? I'm assuming
Mining.
minerals.
They look for rocks, I guess.
Yeah.
And they're owned by Gina Reinhardt.
Ah.
So Gina Reinhardt is this multi-million billionaire?
She's a
billionaire. She's a billionaire.
She's a billionaire with a B.
And she basically has funded a lot of women's sports throughout the last decade or so. So the swimming team at the last Olympics was basically funded by Gina Reinhardt. The netball, she gave $15 million in sponsorship to a team that fucking 15 people watch.
Yeah, but they win a lot.
So?
But that's the thing, like...
So do under sevens teams.
Yeah, but when you're a multi like Gina...
Well,
and you
it's
see
tax
this
deductible, I get
Well,
it.
not even that. Like... I know, like it happens at like local footy level, like pub footy teams. There might be just a bored rich guy who will just, that becomes a hobby for him.
Sure.
And like Gina might be into the Opals. Gina might want to see the Opals do well and she's got the resources.
So do you know what happened?
No, I don't know what happened. She pulled out.
Yeah.
Oh, she pulled the pin.
Because they refused to wear the sponsor because it's a mining company.
Well, then they're fucking idiots.
What a bunch of dumb fucks.
Because you will not find someone who's willing to throw that kind of cash into that
Into netball?
ever again.
Are you kidding?
So and whose decision was that to not wear the jerseys?
Well, apparently it was one player, an Indigenous player didn't want to wear the mining magnet.
Because I can understand from that, but
why? No,
I can understand like Indigenous people not wanting to wear a mining sponsor. I do understand that.
Why?
Because they're raping the earth for profit.
Yeah, but you use electricity, don't you?
Yeah, but like...
You're a bit of a hypocrite if you use electricity and you don't like coal.
Yeah, but like you can understand like Indigenous people not wanting to like support the earth being raped. Like they got a connection to the land that we don't have.
Okay, I understand they have a connection to the land, but they also have a connection to electricity.
Yeah, but yeah.
So unless you're willing to give up electricity get off your fucking high horse.
But nah, I disagree. But I think,
But you know what I'm saying?
but you don't have to like fuck the whole team. Like you could just not play.
Or you could just say, I disagree with this particular sponsor. Or shut your fucking mouth.
Just don't put some tape over it or something. Like but they didn't have to. They fucked it for the whole team.
So $15 million gone.
Down the gurgler.
I mean, I would do anything for $15 million. Gina Reinhardt, if you are watching this, I'm sure you are. I will do the sponsor. I will do anything for you as my sponsor.
This could be, what's the name of the company?
Hancock Prospect.
This could be, she could have naming rights. This could be Hancock Prospecting Cancel Me Now. You could have naming rights for this podcast for not even 15 million. I'd do it for like 13 million.
I'll do it for 11.
11
I know
million.
that's crazy to say. $11 million. This podcast would be called Cancel Me Now, brought to you by Hancock Speedway or whatever it fucking was.
I kept thinking Hancock Speedway.
and I will wear whatever you want. I will do anything.
Head to toe.
I'll get a tattoo for 11 mil.
Hancock Prospecting.
I don't give a fuck. Mate, as long as it's not in my backyard, dig it up.
Yeah.
That's what I've got to say.
I mean,
dig her up.
Yeah. Dig it.
Dig it.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. If you can dig it, let's dig it. I'm shocked by someone saying that, it's just so inconsiderate to everyone else involved.
Well, it happened like the Izzy Folau thing. Like Israel Folau with Rugby Australia, and Izzy Folau came out and said some pretty ordinary stuff about the gays.
Yes, but
Qantas
they deserve it.
Qantas is the major sponsor of the Wallabies, who are already up against it financially anyway. And the CEO of Qantas, Alan Joyce, is a horse's hoof. So
is he?
Yeah, that's why there was like a big blow up with the Izzy Folau thing.
Okay.
But they said they went okay and fucked him off.
Yep.
Which is like, duh. Like obviously you're going to make that decision. You're not going to put one person's beliefs above everyone else, and especially in a team sport. Like it's supposed to be team first anyway. Let alone when there's fucking 15 million on the line.
I think it's great to have your own opinion. And if
100%.
if you're an Indigenous person and you have a tie to the land and you feel spiritually connected to it, that's beautiful, and I love that. But you got to remember that the world that you live in is built on the back of coal. It's built on the back of oil, and there's no way around that.
Yeah. So I don't think pulling a $15 million sponsor is the answer there.
No, not at all. Especially because these jobs actually employ a lot of people.
Yeah,
like they help a lot of people out. These remote mining communities, when their mine opens, it booms. I mean, it's not the perfect answer. Coal's not the best thing in the world.
The best we got.
But it's the best we got.
Best we got.
It's the best we got. And I tell you what, if I know a lot of people get mad about, we're not using renewables. Well, if you stopped fucking around 30, 40 years ago and got to it then, we wouldn't be having this discussion now. We would have had all this sorted. We would have had electric cars for a while. We would have had the batteries to store everything. But no, because the oil and the gas companies were too fucking, they were buying everything.
Greed.
They were buying all the patents. They were buying all that type of stuff. Rupert Murdoch was probably involved. And
every chance Murdoch had his mitts on it.
Fucking oath. And now you're saying, well, I'm not using anything. Well, fuck off.
I'm starting to take a baby boomer approach to it, and just sort of like I'm just thinking about me now. I'm just gonna make sure my life's nice, and the next generation.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
The next generation can bash it fair up their ass. They can fucking figure it out. I'm taking the baby boomer approach, and I think everyone should do the same.
I agree.
Just make sure the next. Well, I'm 30. I mean, I should have another 50 years in front of me, but the way I'm living, it's probably more like 30. But
yes,
I'm going to make sure they're a good 30. I'm going to make sure they're comfy,
fucking oath,
air conditioned. I'm going to put the fucking expensive fuel in my car, in my big car. No. It's going to pollute.
Do you have a Raptor?
I don't have a Raptor. Do you know anyone that does?
No, I wouldn't. I don't want to talk about it on an open platform.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
And make sure I'm just living for me.
Live for it. I've actually made a change. I've decided a lot of people are like, listen, we've got to deal with global warming. We've got to stop carbon emissions. I'm going against the grain. I want global warming to go up. I want to live in a tropical environment 200 days a year, 300 days a year, and then there's like 65 days that are a little bit shit.
I'm trying to make Newcastle as much like Townsville as I can.
Absolutely.
Just get it sticky.
Let's get the carbon emissions up. Let's grow the fossil fuel industry. Let's destroy the environment. And then you know what? Then it's time to fucking move.
To Mars.
Yeah. And then leave all the poor people here.
We're only a couple of Patreon subscribers away from being able to afford going to Mars.
Absolutely. Leave all the poor people here. We are the 1%. right? We'll leave all the poor people here. They can do what they want with the planet. If they want to come up with renewables and all that shit and just decide what sponsors they want, they can do that.
We're boomers now.
We're boomers. We're living it up on Mars, doing what we want, and then we're looking for the next planet to fuck off.
To go and rape and destroy. I'm a boomer now. That's actually it. I'm a boomer.
We're boomers.
We're boomers.
I'm ready to boom.
I hate, and I've said this on this podcast before, anyone under the age of 25, I hate.
Hate the youth.
And I don't care about the planet. So, and
mate,
you're a property mogul, so
I'm not,
we're boomers.
I'm not a property
You are
mogul.
looking at an investment property though. So
yeah, but I'm not a property mogul.
You're close to, that's mogul status in my eyes, mate. You're a mogul in my eyes.
I'm just fucking, I'm Italian mogul at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my first investment property. But I think we just need to fucking give up on this whole bullshit about
Don't worry
global
about
warming.
it. It's fucked.
Mate,
just enjoy yourself.
Climate change. So you can, if it's hot, take a jumper off. If it's flooding, move. Yeah. Stop living near rivers.
Take a towel with you.
There's a hot one for you. Stop living near fucking rivers.
There's a hot take.
There's a hot take.
Stop living in flood zones.
Stop living in flood zones. There's so many places in Australia that are in flood zones. And people also talk about water rising and all that type of stuff. And they're like, oh, it's going to take New York City. Well, stop. Why did you build it fucking 2 meters above the water?
Build it higher.
Build it higher, idiots. Build on a mountaintop. You want to avoid tidal waves? Build higher. Sick of it. Over it. Done. I'm over. I'm fucking over. Like, did you see that during the week there was this young kid who was getting interviewed on the street, and they asked, "What did you think about farming?" And he goes, "We need to stop farming."
That's why I hate kids.
What a dumb thing to say. We need to stop farming. Have you considered breathing less?
That's why I hate kids. Talking about breathing less. Just talking about how I hate young kids and breathing less. It's just off topic, but the vaping at my work sites are out of control.
Oh, no.
These kids are barely getting any oxygen, eh?
And all they talk about is fucking fossil fuels.
Mate,
stop vaping, you losers.
One, I'm not exaggerating. He's probably responsible for more carbon emissions than a lot of these mining companies. He's genuinely will be doing like a task that will require both hands. If you can see, if you're not listening to this, I'm putting my phone in my mouth to replicate a vape.
Gross.
He'll have both hands free and a vape in his mouth and puff at work. And he'll do this like I've got heaps of photos. I'll show you later. It's ridiculous.
It's the same thing as having a durry in your mouth and work.
He's like a steam stack at a fucking coal-fired power plant. He's just constantly emitting fucking fumes. It's insane.
It can't be good.
I mean, for the planet or him, and then constantly whinging that he's tired too. He's like, oh, I'm fucked. I got a headache. I'm like,
of course you do.
Of course you do.
Of course you do. You haven't had any water. You've been smoking. You've had
energy drinks and fucking vape oil go in your body.
And you got to think like all this nicotine. Like you're not just having a little bit of nicotine. You're having like 40 cigarettes worth of nicotine a day,
plus no water, plus very little oxygen. Fucking kids, mate.
I hate the youth.
They make me mad.
I hate the youth. The child that Claire and I are going to have is going to be a fucking. He's going to be a weapon.
Probably Prime Minister. I mean, if his dad hadn't said a lot of awful things.
Yeah, that won't help.
Yeah, nah.
That won't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, kids are fucking stupid. Anyway, we're talking about death before.
Were we?
Well, you said if you live.
Oh, yeah, my lifespan.
What do you think your funeral song's going to be?
Good question. Hadn't thought about it. I always thought maybe like something like cool, like nice and sad, like Opportunity by Pete Murray, maybe. That's a nice song. But then I thought
so
I'd actually
it goes another lonely day.
But then I thought maybe something funny would be good. I was just trying to think like maybe something like Weird Al Yankovic or like
fat.
Eat it.
Yeah, it's a hard one because like every funeral I've been to, obviously they're quite sad, but I hate that funerals are so sad. Like basically by the time they've had the funeral, everyone's already done their crying.
I'd like a party.
Enjoy yourself.
I'm going to make sure mine's a party.
Well, once you've died, you've done it.
It's done.
You're out on top. You've survived the planet's climate change.
It's assuming we go out on top. It could all go pear-shaped for us between now and the time we die.
It could go so bad.
We could die in a gutter somewhere, right?
That keeps me awake at night.
Me, you and Gabe with our microphones in a gutter somewhere.
Oh, welcome to Cancel Me Now. Shout out to our one subscriber.
That wouldn't actually exactly be going out on top.
No, that's not quite it. Our one subscriber, Claire.
And she comes and kills us because she's had enough about shit.
Imagine that. Wouldn't that be a turn if Claire finished me?
She could be plotting this whole time.
My death.
Like, you guys might have like a nice life insurance policy you may have taken out recently.
Maybe.
And then Claire just asked Nick in your coffee, good morning, darling.
Well, she
and just watches you drink it.
it might be like the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing. Like no one really suspected him of having all these bodies. Claire
is the last person you'd suspect of being a mass murderer.
exactly.
She could kill and eat you.
She has.
Maybe cut that out, Gabe.
What do you mean?
She has killed you and eaten you.
Eating my bunghole.
Yeah, that's
No, she has not done that. Too many hemorrhoids.
yeah.
I don't know what song I'd have. I think it has to be something nice.
funny,
something nice.
Yeah.
Like maybe the national anthem or something of Zimbabwe.
Rolling by Limp Bizkit.
I don't know. I did think of this topic, and then I thought I probably should have thought of some actual
Some examples.
songs. Crazy
I'll have
frog
a look at
song.
my Spotify playlist.
Okay.
See what I've been listening to recently. See if that's anything good.
What about Aerosmith?
get put in the
Don't want
dirt
to miss
too.
a thing.
I don't want to miss a thing.
All I listen to at the gym is fucking metal. So
Yeah, mine's a lot of metal. And me and my mates like that, but my family wouldn't. So it'd be like,
what about Chop Suey?
yeah, Chop Suey by System of a Down. I'm trying to find something heavy. I listen to a lot of Amity Affliction.
Oh, Amity Affliction's great. Yeah, I really
I
like.
love heavy music. This would be good stuff to get put in the ground now.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. We don't want to get fucking.
Oh, yeah, we'll get taken down.
No, it's all right.
Sorry, Amity Affliction.
That'd be a great song to play. Imagine that. Everyone carries you out. They've got eyeliner on.
Yeah.
That'd be good. I like that.
Cutting their wrists.
Well, I won't go into the next topic. We'll wait a little bit for that. Don't worry. You know what I was going to say. But
I
I'm not.
don't.
Oh, it was about actually something quite sad, but I thought I better. We'll skip a topic.
Skip it.
We'll come back to it at the end.
We'll go from something real funny to something real morbid.
I know.
What about Gabe's, for anyone that listened last week, Gabe's hysterical laughter at that woman getting hit by a fucking roller
I know.
coaster?
She got hit by a roller coaster, and
Producer Gabe's a fucking sicko.
maybe he's the Jeffrey. He is Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Where
Jeffrey
is he
Dahmer was
today?
gay. He was young and attractive. I wouldn't say Gabe's overly attractive.
I think Gabe's cutie.
He's cute. He's not attractive. He still looks like a 16-year-old boy. So
He's a twink.
he's a hottie. He's a hottie.
We were talking about twinks last week.
Yeah.
And I went and Googled like what a twink just to make sure.
Did Gabe's Facebook come
There was
up?
a picture of Gabe came up.
I wonder what. So Gabe's got a girlfriend, Lily, and I wonder what. A beautiful name, Lily. Great name. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't mind calling her Lily. But one of my friends has got a daughter called Lily, so I can't. But I wonder what she thinks about him coming in here every day and hanging out with two old men
Yeah.
in a studio talking into microphones.
In a dingy garage.
dingy, dark studio.
Yeah. And we just pick on him too. And all we do is bully him.
We do bully Gabe a little bit.
Nah, it's good fun. It's just called hazing. He's the new guy.
He is the
He's
new
got to
guy.
you got to get hazed.
But he's been doing good. We were giving him props afterwards, and he's going to edit this. We're giving him props, but I don't think you want to give too many props.
No, because then he'll get comfy.
Yeah,
You got to keep him on his toes.
You want to keep him edgy.
Yeah, keep him scared.
So should we like sneak into his house and beat him up one night?
Have you got his address?
All right, we'll sneak in and beat him off. I mean, beat him up. Sorry.
Beat him off.
Jesus, that sucks. But no, Gabe's doing good. But one of the best segments that he's brought to our attention is hot takes.
Yeah, how was the response to hot takes?
I got a few messages last week that a lot of people liked the hot takes segment.
Okay, because I froze up.
You did.
And I was concerned.
Now, I would like for us to take on another episode or another version, or another installment of hot takes today.
Let's 100%.
So let's write them on our phones because we don't have paper. We don't want to ruin the environment.
All right. Yeah. Think of the coal mines.
So basically, the idea with hot takes is you have to repeat what is said on the thing, on the paper.
Yeah, we're going to come up with a outlandish hot take for one another, and you have a minute to defend it.
Yes, exactly. So I've got one. I wrote it last night because I was prepared. Bluey is working on it now.
Yeah.
Last week you had to defend rape.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
That was tough.
What about Kevin Spacey got off?
Yeah, fuck yeah, he did. Ew.
He got off the
What was he accused of?
molesting a 14-year-old.
Oh, that's not good. Did he do it?
Well, apparently he got off.
Yeah, I know he got off, but did he?
No, but he finished. The trial's finished and he got off.
Yeah. Wow. Was it? Yeah, wasn't it someone on a set that he was working on or something?
Like
he was
that,
like,
a 14-year-old.
That's not cool.
But apparently he didn't do it. That was the.
Well, that's the end of that.
Yeah, so he's back, baby. I don't know.
Spacey's back. I like Spacey.
I love the fact that he got done and then it ruined House of Cards.
House of Cards.
I almost thought, come on, just keep your mouth shut.
Horrible Bosses. He's really good in that.
Yeah, he is good in that.
I'm trying to think of a hot take. Yeah, I got one.
You got one?
You're going to have a tough time with this one, mate.
Okay, so the idea with hot takes is you have to defend the hot take for 60 seconds. So you must say the hot take and then you have to basically defend it for the period of time. And I think it's pretty easy. And it's a good game. So do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first. I think you're having a tough time. You're going to have a tough time with this one.
Women's sport is watchable. I love women's sport. It is absolutely unbelievable. Some of the heights that these ladies reach is just, for me, insurmountable by anything that men could ever do. You see, the way that women fly through the air with, let's face it, they're not overly aerodynamic. With large bristles, long hair, and a fat ass, that's just not something that is meant to fly. But by golly, it does. When I am bored, I put on women's football and I sit there and I watch it and I just laugh at how good they are. I think this is the best thing that I spend all of my money buying jerseys for female sporting, and by jerseys I mean they're used undies. I buy them from every female sporting team that I know. It is the best game on earth. Ladies, you are absolutely unbelievably amazing and I love you very much.
That is 1 minute on the button. Well done.
All right, you're up.
Hot take. I thought that would be harder for you. The highlighted one.
Yep.
Hot take. Why I would titty fuck the Queen's corpse. Here's why I would titty fuck the Queen's corpse, Isaac. I'm actually a necrophiliac. What? I would. So the thing about titty fucking the Queen's corpse that not enough people talk about.
Yep. Not enough. I agree.
That's not a hot take. A hot take is an opinion.
Well, here's your opinion on why you would.
That's not an opinion.
Okay, I'll rewrite it.
A take is an opinion.
Okay, sorry.
You're gonna phrase that now like the Queen's corpse.
Okay, this is we'll rewrite it as the opinion.
Everyone should titty fuck the Queen's corpse. And here's why everyone should titty fuck the Queen's corpse.
Come on, Josh, get into it.
Because she was everyone's queen.
Yes.
And also, everyone should titty fuck the Queen's corpse because the monarchy were actually responsible for a lot of bad stuff too. A lot of people in the... Hey, put your phone on. I'm trying to do a hot take here.
My mother's ringing, don't you?
Oh, good. She'd love to hear this. I'm sure she's into getting...
You sure she's what, sorry?
Into getting titty fucked. Sorry.
Your time hasn't
You should have left it on. You should have.
Your time hasn't started, big fella. Here's why everyone should titty
Everyone should titty fuck the Queen because what are they called? What are we? We're a colony. And they're responsible for a lot of bad shit during colonisation. And I think a lot of people are of the opinion that now that the Queen's passed away, particularly in our country, Australia, people are of the opinion that we should become a republic. The head of state's gone. And they're also responsible for a lot of bad shit, stuff they did in India and a lot of other there's only two that I can think of right now. But
nice. I think there was only two, yeah.
There was only two. And I think it would be a nice sort of symbol for as we become a republic, for maybe our head of state or whoever we choose as become a president, wouldn't it, if we were head of state? So maybe if you were to get voted in or someone to go over there and titty fuck the Queen's corpse as a symbol that we're no longer part of it. And then I think as kind of a finishing touch, everyone...
Like what they did when they viewed the body, everyone gets on top of the Queen and titty fucks a corpse.
Yeah, I think that's the go. And that is why I think that should happen.
I think that's I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a beautiful take.
I think when you put it like that, it seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Let us know in the comment section if you have a hot take that you want us to...
Send me some because I'm fucking bad at coming up with them.
I'll come up with an...
You're not.
I think it's just the more outrageous, the better.
Yeah. That's pretty outrageous. Doesn't get much more outrageous than that.
Like, here's why. that 14-year-old should have enjoyed sucking off Kevin Spacey.
I mean, luckiest 14-year-old in the world. Most people who get raped don't get raped by celebrities.
It's fun.
Well,
it's a story.
Not necessarily fun, but like if you're gonna get like a lot of dudes just get raped by their uncle, and that fucking
how boring.
Well, there's no like you
already know him.
You can have a poor uncle who rapes you.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey is wealthy, well connected. Mm-hmm. He'd be at all the good parties. You just fucking
like my brother Darcy. I hate to be raped by him.
Oh, I thought you were going to say got raped by your uncle.
I got raped by Darcy. Darcy raped me.
Yeah, it'd be no fun to get raped by.
Anyway, let's move on. So I've got one more topic I wanted to talk about before we piss off, but I will come up with something else in my head because I don't want to get to that straight after that. It's a serious topic.
We shouldn't have had a serious topic because all we're talking about is rape and fucking.
Do you think that we'll talk about your relationship before?
Yes.
You ever raped her? No. Do you think when you guys get married that she'll take your last name?
We've joked about me taking hers. I shouldn't say it on the podcast because I don't want people to know who it is, but it's South American.
Yeah, that's fine.
She has like a South American surname.
Yeah, it's Diaz.
Let's say it's Diaz.
Yeah.
So like
Nate,
I would be
Nate
like
Diaz.
I would be like Josh Diaz.
Yeah.
It'd be like pretty funny because I'm like pale and tall and
That
white.
actually works.
Yeah.
Joshy Diaz.
I'm like the third Diaz brother.
Bluey Diaz, yeah.
Uncle Joey. Joey Diaz's nephew.
Do you think that a wife should take her husband's last name?
I think not if you don't want to. I think you should. Yeah, you could like if you want to keep your own surname. I think 100%. Play on.
I think it's fucking
You should have been
disrespectful is what it is.
I think it's fucking bullshit.
I think it's bullshit. I think you should take it.
You're old school.
Well, I understand that some people want to keep it. I get that. I was and as you said, completely up to you. Whatever.
Yeah.
I was honoured that Claire wanted to take mine. I really, really I thought it was great. Really, really cool. But if she didn't want to, I would be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think, though, if you're going to have a wedding with a priest and then not take it, where do you draw the line at customs? Like, you're doing the whole custom, aren't you? You're pulling the garter off, you're throwing the fucking thing, but you're not taking your husband's name. Like, are you into the tradition or not?
Yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of, and again, I haven't been to a real traditional wedding, but any like your wedding and other weddings that I've been to, I can't imagine they're as traditional as what they were back in the day. Like there is a priest there, but it's not like the whole. One of Jesse's mates got married early this year, and that was quite traditional. It wasn't as fun.
They suck.
Well, it's just draw. You know what I mean?
Traditional weddings suck.
If you're into that, but it was the whole like and the father and this and in the eyes of the Lord, and I was like,
so I don't think
they're talking about in the eyes of the Lord. I'm like, mate, I'm high on cocaine right now. Like fucking, I don't think got the eyes of the Lord. That's very good.
the eyes of the Lord are dilated.
Yeah.
I get a feeling from what you're saying that maybe Jessie has said that she's going to keep her last name.
No, not at all. No, but we have like joke, like we just talk. It's just something you talk about.
So I think you're in the position where you already know that she's going to take your last name. So you're okay with the idea, the concept of a woman not taking her husband's last name. But if she had said to you, not at them blue, I reckon I think you'd be violently misogynistic about it.
I would be very understanding at her wanting to distance herself from being with me. Yeah. I would understand that.
Well, see, this is the thing with Claire though. She said to me, I don't want to get your last name because of
your old man.
It's just because of your dad.
Yeah.
She wants to get a Knights jersey that's signed. She wants to have the same signature.
Don't want to buy tickets on game day.
Yeah, doesn't want to have to buy tickets.
I'm a Butterfield.
Butterfield, let me in, you fucking dogs. He used to go into those fucking get through security. It was hilarious.
I saw him on an old boys day a few years ago now, and he rocked in swagger. Looked, he had like just a nice pair of jeans and boots. And,
yeah, I know the boots. I know the jeans.
He had a pair of aviators on.
Jacket on.
And just the posture, the stride.
Yeah.
Just not like, and everyone's sort of looking at him and he's just King Dick.
Walks in like his shit doesn't stink.
Yeah, and I think he went straight through one of the side doors and they're like, excuse me, sir, have you got a pass? And he was like, pass these nuts. I'm Tony Butterfield.
He used to just walk, and I mean, I get it. Like it's obviously very different, and it would be the same for you at Central for you, or at Dudley for me, or even at Dudley for you. You just walk in, you know.
Yeah.
And he would see it the same thing.
Yeah, and
this is his old club. I'll just walk in. Who gives a shit?
I played fucking 100 games here, mate. Just I'm not buying a ticket.
I'm not buying a ticket. But he would do that.
I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm not buying a ticket.
After he retired, 229 games actually.
Did he? Yeah. 229.
229.
That was
he held the record for a while.
Yeah, that's really impressive because I don't think they wouldn't have played as many in a season back then either.
They only played like 19 games a season.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
And he had 2 years off because he fucking broke his arm, and then his comeback game broke his ankle.
Oh,
fucking bad run.
Yeah,
it was 92, 93, I think it was.
The year I was born.
Yeah, the year I was born too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he when I was a kid, he would like security guards would be like, could you just walk into the sheds? And the security guards were like, oh no, stop, and you just keep walking.
Yeah,
he's like, it's all right, mate. And just keep walking.
That's all good.
That's how I learned to be a prick to people. That's exactly where I learned it. This like fucking attitude of like, don't come near me, bruh.
No, I want to do this. I'm doing this.
Do you think you'd let your kids play footy?
Yes, I would. I mean, obviously, if they wanted to. I think team sport. We've spoken about this before. Mate, it's the most important thing ever. You learn so much.
Friendship.
Mate, shared
teamwork.
adversity, friendship, learning to lose, learning to win, like learning to fucking dig the heels in when it gets to you fucking
bad Mondays, learn how to
learn how to drink and take drugs safely.
Learn all the important things,
Yeah, I think, and not just like footy. Like footy's like our context, but sport in general.
Yep.
So good, I think, is so important to like young people developing. You can see it in like you'd have mates, and I've got mates that didn't play.
Different people, eh?
Weird freaks is what I would describe them as.
Because there's something about, and this is for men, there's something about like if you for us playing football, or this is maybe you can translate this to your sport. We're talking about rugby league here. You know, the chips are down and your team's getting hammered by some fucking giants, and you got to run off the try line, and try to break through these people, run into giant people, and you just do it, or take a tap or whatever you're doing. Take the first hit up in a big game. Like my favourite runs were the ones off kickoffs. Well, you know you're going to get jammed, but you just do it because that's your job.
Yeah.
I think that teaches people a lot.
It's a team first mentality. Yeah. There's things like you learn to be selfless, and you learn like you learn so much. Like it's the best. And you learn, it's awesome. And it's like, and then it's so translatable to life. Like things you do like outside of sport. Like it just like fucking if your job's a bit hard, or someone's talking like, what do? You're gonna like just have a sook and go work somewhere else, or you just bite down in your mouth guard and fucking get on with it, and then see what's on the other side. Like teach you a bit of resilience. Like it's the best, and like the friendships are the best. Like the camaraderie and like the fucking ridiculous things you get up to on a Mad Monday.
You just get so like it's just you get so pumped.
Yeah, like it gets me pumped talking about it right now.
I know. Well,
I want to fucking run through some walls in this house.
There was some people talking about a charity game.
Yeah.
Who was that? Was that the Hello Sports? Do you reckon they'd come on the podcast, or are they too cool?
They're pretty cool, but you might get them. They're pretty cool.
Fuck them.
They're very good.
Fuck the
They're
dogs.
fucking good.
Fuck the dogs. I know someone. It was maybe another account was talking about like how the sidemen in America. The UK rather have
they have big charity games.
Big charity games. I'd love to see a charity game here in Australia.
Yeah,
I think that'd be sick. Play it at like Newtown Oval or something. Like that.
What's it called? Well, it's not Newtown Oval, but it's the one in Newtown. What's it called? It's a real traditional one.
We'll just call it Newtown
Oval. Yeah, that's the one.
You know what I'm talking about? The one on the final winter.
Henson Park.
Okay, gotcha.
Henson Park in Newtown.
Or even Campbelltown Oval or whatever.
Apparently they do every year, they do a really good, it's like a beer and food festival at one of the real traditional New South Wales Cup games. So say like Newtown versus Western Suburbs or something. Okay. And it's like a big, all these like food trucks and beer trucks. So they get all the footy diehards in, and then they get all like the trendy hipsters who are just there ironically for a bit of like food and beer.
Yep.
And apparently it's a fucking good day.
I bet it is a good day.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a couple of beers and some good. I saw a T-shirt the other day, and it said, "There's nothing better after a cold beer than another cold beer." I thought that was so good.
The Sunday, there's something so quintessentially Australian about like a Sunday arvo at the footy.
I love it.
Sausage hanger, couple of cold tins, warm Sunday arvo, just watching blokes belt each other.
That's my favourite part.
That's the best.
I love watching people beat the shit out of each other and not being one of them.
Did you watch the fights this morning?
No.
Apparently Islam absolutely whooped Charles Oliveira very comfortably.
Choked him.
Yeah.
Choked him out. I think it was a head and arm choke.
Yeah, crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, apparently comfortable too.
And now he's going to fight a Volkanovski in Perth.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whitaker's fighting, fucking what's his name? I'll find it.
Is the card announced, is it? Or is this just the rumours?
This will be the main fights.
We got to go.
Yeah, no, I'll be going for sure.
Yeah.
Paul Acosta.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he's the guy that Izzy whooped, the big underwear model. He's very handsome.
He's very handsome, but Whitaker will fuck him up.
Whitaker will bash the fuck
He's a
out of
gun.
him.
I'd love to see him beat Izzy.
That's not going to happen. Izzy's too good.
I think
Is he going to fight? No, he's fighting soon, isn't he?
Well, I think Israel Folau. I think Israel Adesanya will fight.
Israel Folau's fighting homophobia at the moment.
I think he will fight on that Perth card as well. And I'd say tight to Ivasa will fight.
They'll have all the boys.
Fuck, it'll be a good card. And all of the, well, not all of them, but there are a lot of great fighters. Like if you had the top 10 fighters in the UFC at the moment.
Kai Kara France. He's a Kiwi, but.
He's a Kiwi. But yeah, same.
Yeah.
If you had the top 10, or let's say the top 15, like most popular fighters in UFC, how many of Australian? Like, there must be 4 or 5 of them that are Aussies.
I think there's something that translates like.
And Kiwis.
Yeah. And I think there's something that's so likable because Australians are like, we're just loved the world over. Like if you travel and people find out you're Australian, like they automatically warm to you because I think we've just got this like reputation for being like carefree larrikins. And you see it in like pretty much all the fighters, like Bam Bam's like the fucking pinnacle of it. Yeah. Just drilling shoeys and
this morning, Volkanovski spat in the shoe and then he sculled it.
The boys must have been fair up the piss.
Oh yeah, they would have been fucking off chops. And Ty's sitting there.
Where were the fights at today?
Abu Dhabi.
Oh well, that behaviour's not.
No, I know. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But Ty's sitting there, he's got rings on and he's doing these ones. I fucking love that.
He spends heaps of time in Abu Dhabi. Like when he's, I think he just
do you know why?
Over there. No.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
This is the reason a lot of people spend a lot of time in Abu Dhabi because there is the tax rate.
Yeah.
Is literally nothing.
Yeah, it's like the millionaire's playground, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can work there and just.
There's a lot of people who are like YouTubers or famous people in the UK fly there.
Yeah.
And live there. So it's not too far. And they have that as their home address. That's what they get paid to. And then they just go back home and spend it.
So they must earn, like the country must earn so much money from oil exports and stuff.
Yeah.
That they don't need to tax, like they don't need to tax workers.
So Tai Tuivasa.
I'm obviously an economist now. So.
Well, I am too. Tai Tuivasa gets paid, let's say, for a fight $1 million.
Yeah.
Probably not that, actually.
No, he probably wouldn't. But
he would be. He should get paid $1 million for a fight because he's a draw. Maybe he will in the future. I think if he was fighting Francis,
it
would be. But anyway, whatever. Let's say he gets paid if your last fight $500K. He lives in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
That's $500,000.
Yeah.
For him to make $500,000, if he lived in Australia, he'd have to earn what 1.2.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
yeah, maybe $1 million. Let's say $1 million.
Yeah,
he'd have to make $1 million to earn that $500,000. So really, he's earning double by living there.
How does it work though? Because they didn't earn the money in Abu Dhabi. So like, if he's fighting, like the fight this weekend we're in Abu Dhabi, but if he fought Cyril Gane in Paris.
Yes.
So he didn't earn that money in Abu Dhabi.
But
he earned that money in Paris.
It depends where his company or where his business is situated.
Okay, so they might have an Abu Dhabi address.
Yeah.
Have a PO box somewhere.
Yeah, maybe I should get a PO box.
Downtown Abu Dhabi.
Well, I would assume that's how it works. I know a lot of people who I watch on YouTube, like some fitness guys, they live in Abu Dhabi. Yeah. So I think that's how it works.
Does look like fun too.
Doesn't it look like fun?
I mean, well, I'll rephrase that. It looks like fun for them.
Everyone's driving around in Ford Raptors.
Yeah. Still wet dream.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The reason I brought up before about your son or daughter, which I think is wonderful for girls to be able to actually have a sport to play now. I know a lot of girls when I grew up were playing footy and they had to stop when they were 12, which was bullshit because they just didn't have a comp.
Yeah. And now you look at like female footy in particular.
It's good.
Bro, I've had to eat humble pie on this and I'll happily do it again. The NRLW is a good watch. And I'm not just saying that because the Knights won the comp this year. I will eat humble pie. It's because it's so much less structured. It's where the men's game was, and this has been said by pundits heaps, where the men's game was 15 years ago.
Okay.
Which is a good watch because the wrestle's not... The game hasn't been slowed down by the wrestle. They're not all just playing the same shape. Like all these teams now, sorry, this is just dry footy talk, but all these teams now are just so structured. They just play the same shape all the time. It's just get to this point and play. The women's game's just like, they're just playing footy.
Yeah.
It's fucking good to watch.
I think it's because they've all played a lot of Oztag and a lot of touch footy maybe.
Yeah, it's that. And it's just not like they're still learning the a lot of the skills of footy. Like they're still kind of learning it. It's a fucking good watch.
I think the NRLW shits on the AFLW.
Yeah, that's not a good watch.
That is terrible.
I'm not generalising this to all women's sports. I'm just talking about footy.
Well, no, let's not be silly.
They're not all good.
Women's cricket, dull.
The AFLW
AFL
is a bludger.
Jesus Christ. They should be all fucking...
That's bad.
They should all be... Female circumcision should be implemented in the AFLW. They should have their clitorises cut off as punishment.
I know about that.
But you do. That's what you said to me before the start of the podcast.
When the mics are off, did I?
How's Bluey trying to fucking... You're worried about your job. What are you worried about?
No, I just don't think they need to be circumcised. I'm not worried about my job. I just don't think they need to be circumcised.
Fuck, you're a fucking pussy. They definitely... Do you know what female circumcision is? They cut their clits off.
That's not good.
It's not.
That's terrible.
But as president, I will enforce it.
If your mum's phone rings while we're talking about this, I know something's wrong.
She's listening live, just going, fucking what, cunt?
Waiting to chime in.
So I wanted to... Yeah, the reason I brought up there, would you let your son or daughter play, is the head knock thing.
Yeah.
Now, a bloke by the name of Paul Green, who was a coach, played rugby league for a long time here in Australia.
Coach of North Queensland Cowboys to a premiership.
Coached Origin as well. So big deal. Head coach, that type of stuff if you're in America. He killed himself earlier this year. Not too many details have been released up until the other day where they found post-mortem, and this is the only place you can find this out, is during an autopsy, is that he had CTE. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Now, CTE is a build-up of, I think it's a protein or something on the brain. Also, lesions can happen. And it happens from continuous head knocks. And it's not so much like the big ones, it's the subconcussive ones, it's the small ones. It's the ones that happen, day in, day out when you're playing a professional sport. Anyone can get it. And that's the thing to remember, I guess. Like, you can get it if you're fucking riding speedboats or jet skis. If you think about your brain as think about your skull. Your brain's not in there real tight. It's surrounded by fluid and it can move around. So when your head comes to an immediate stop, your brain keeps moving at the speed you were and has a collision with the inside of your skull, creating a brain injury. And this is when I mean. One of the problems with CTE that people face is early onset dementia, Parkinson's disease, a lot of brain issues, but also aggression issues,
impulsive behaviour,
suicide ideation, depression, anxiety, all these type of things, short-term memory loss, and we're seeing a lot of it. And it turns out this is what Paul had. And he had a young family and killed himself. And I obviously a lot of men kill themselves, so it happens anyway. But this sort of makes me think, do I want my son playing?
Yeah.
Even though I had a great time doing it, I had a lot of head knocks.
Yeah.
Probably concussed several times, probably knocked out 3 times maybe in my career. Subconcussive injuries, the ones that actually cause the damage, thousands.
Yeah.
Like literally thousands from training to playing, all that shit.
Yeah.
And that's wear and tear.
Yeah, if you're doing 2 contact sessions for training plus a game, you're probably
that's a lot.
You might be getting fucking 10 a week, like
if not more.
Yeah.
How many tackles do you make a game?
Oh, I mean, me personally,
you on the wing?
Not that many.
I mean, how many collisions are you in? If you make 12 hit ups and make 20 tackles, there's 32 big collisions.
Yeah.
So 32 subconcussive
injuries. You think you wouldn't want your son or daughter playing for that reason?
I don't know because I enjoyed it so much.
Well, I think the way as this stuff comes to light and we're learning more about it, so you see what's happened, like obviously with Paul Green, all good.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Like what's happened with Paul Green, and like there's been heaps of others. Like you've seen what's happened in the NFL, that Will Smith movie, Concussion, which is ironic that he did that, but then he went and slapped Chris Rock in the face.
Did anyone make a poster of him slapping Chris Rock with concussion on the top?
But
that would have been hilarious.
Fuck, that's obviously too late now.
God damn it.
But Will should know better than anyone.
Yeah, fucking oath.
But yeah, like there's more. We know so little about it, and as more comes to light, it seems the NRL are reacting. I know, like they're talking about, but then you sort of go like, rugby union, they can't tackle above the shoulder now. Like anything above the shoulder in rah is a red card straight away.
Really,
deliberate or not, anything.
Right.
And then you go, well, fuck me, like that sucks, and that's why no one watches that shit as well. that's just fucking gay. Like, we're playing a contact sport. These blokes are paid well, you know, because on the idea it is risky and it is a short career. That's why they get compensated the way they do. You know, in the junior levels, they're talking about making it not tackle until like under fucking 10s or 12s or something. Which again, you go like, well, fuck, they need to learn to tackle.
Yeah,
but is it going to mitigate the risk?
Could be arguably more dangerous not
exactly.
teaching them how to tackle.
You know, does it mitigate the risk? Yeah, fuck, look, it's a tough one. And the game, they are, to their credit, they're doing some stuff about it. But is it just an inherent risk in the game?
I don't know how much they're doing about it.
Yeah, like, and I think it's on the surface, like it's
because from what I imagine, and this isn't fact, they would be avoiding any negative press surrounding it, much like the NFL would.
Well, you can see, yeah, to a degree, but also you can see how, was it this year or last year, anything on the head, any contact in the head is just getting binned straight away.
Sure.
So they're trying to get it out of the game.
But
that's the real obvious stuff. But like you say, it happens anyway.
It's not even to do with the big head.
Yeah, I know, but it is like, but that's them.
Like
you say,
they don't help. Get me wrong, but that's more of an optics.
But it's a contact. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
It's more of an optics thing.
But it's a contact sport. You think footy's bad? Imagine what fucking poor old Nate Diaz or fucking Max Holloway are going to be like when they're 50.
Exactly.
These blokes just get properly fucking teed off on.
That's what fucking what's it called? I nearly said cum drunk, man. What's it fucking called? When you get punch drunk.
Yeah,
that's basically
cum drunk. You've been cum drunk a few times.
I am now.
I wish.
I've got a cum hangover.
There's a joke in that somewhere.
What do you eat for a cum hangover?
Stop it. This is a serious topic. We're not talking about cum hangovers.
But this is Cancel Me Now. We've got to talk about weird shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do. What shits me is when the NRL, they have like the head injury assessment.
Yeah, that's a farce. They haven't got that
farce.
right. Yeah.
So someone will come in, head knock, out cold, and then they'll go and pass a test because they remember the day of the week and they can stand on one foot.
Yeah.
And they come back on. Like, you're telling me that person didn't just have a traumatic brain injury?
You don't often see blokes get, like, you don't see a lot of bad, or ones that, you know, when you're watching the telly and you go, oh, fuck.
Yep.
You generally don't see them come back. And a lot of the time, the pretty innocuous ones don't come back. Like, I think it's pretty stringent.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
I haven't seen anywhere I've been like, fuck, and then they're back on the field and you're going, what the fuck? Like,
I think if someone has any sense of a head knock, they should be off for the rest of the game, and not just the rest of the game, like
forever.
6 weeks.
They should never play again.
6 weeks. That's what they do in like boxing and the UFC. You get knocked out, you're out for months.
Yeah, but they have been like Luke Keary. There's been heaps of guys that have had like, they have like back-to-back knock. They'll have a knock. They have because it's automatically a week off, I think. If they've got less than a 7-day turnaround, they can't play again that weekend. So it's automatically a week.
It's not enough though.
Well, they're deeming it, but then if they get another one their next game, they make them have 6 weeks off. Like I had Luke Keary from the Roosters. He had like back-to-back knocks and he missed like most of the season. So they are taking steps, but they still know fuck all about it. Like, and it's
no, they know
about it.
Yeah. They know about it.
They know.
Well, of course they know, but they don't want to. They don't want to ruin the game because it's going to cost them money.
Well, yeah, and that's it, isn't it? It's a product.
Well, it's a business at the end of the day, and they don't want to lose cash.
But it's hard, like I think it's an inherent risk, you know, if you're playing footy.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's the same with the UFC. It's the same with a lot of sports. It's an inherent risk. It's something that you have to.
What do they do? Like, what's the answer? Like, what do they do to?
I remember having an argument with someone when Alex McKinnon broke his neck. He said to me, Alex McKinnon shouldn't get paid out by the NRL and by the Knights because he knew the risks coming into it.
No, that's different though.
Damn straight, it's different.
It's not the same at all.
I said, mate, this is his
Who made that argument?
It's fucking dead shit.
Yeah,
we were never friends after that. But I said to him, mate, it's his job.
Yeah, he's been injured at work. You get compensation.
You get compensation.
Yeah,
he's like, doesn't matter. Why? I was like, anyway. So I think the people who have these head knocks should absolutely get compensation as well.
Yeah.
But then who do you pay compensation to?
Yeah.
Everyone?
Yeah. I know what happened. There was a guy that used to play for the Knights a few years ago, James McManus, and he was attempting to sue the club, I think.
Yeah.
Because he'd like had head knocks and been asked to play and then he was having...
But that's how the NRL phrased it. He was suing the club. He was suing the club, but he's actually suing the insurance agency.
That was it wasn't actually...
He has to sue the club /insurance. He wasn't suing fucking the members of the club. He was suing the massive insurance company. Yeah. But that's what you have to do to get the cash.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what do you do?
What do you do?
Yeah. It's a fuck situation.
But I think, like, genuinely, I think, like, wear and tear, like dementia. I know that's a factor. Like those things are obviously increase the chances of it. But like the way a lot of us live our lives, like fucking drugs, alcohol. If you've played any contact sport, like shit food, big nights, you probably it's going to happen anyway. Like your body wear and tear on your body.
For a lot of people, it happens as an older person, but.
So do you want to live your life sort of wrapped in cotton wool and like, oh fuck, no one tackle me and I'm not going to do this, like, and then you could get to fucking 60 and have a heart attack anyway. Like it happens to healthy people.
A lot of people with CTE though, they're talking mid-20s, 30s. That's when it starts to start.
Yeah.
So that is the problem. But
they're extreme cases. That's like
they're extreme in
like in your 20s and 30s. That's fucking early.
Definitely early, but we also don't have the data on how many people it's affecting because you can only diagnose it post-mortem.
Once it happens.
So we could have thousands of ticking time bombs around waiting until they're 50. And what about the people who don't have severe cases like Paul Green did? What about the people who have a mild case and they're just depressed or anxious or violent?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should drink.
Yeah, you should try drinking.
Try drugs and alcohol.
Try and get cum drunk. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Cancel Me Now podcast. Bluey and I are going to talk some stand-up after this. But you should join us on Patreon because you'll be able to see Bluey's first set. It's going to be fantastic.
3 weeks. I'm going to try and get it good. I know you say it's my first set, but I'm going to do a few warm-up because I don't want to get up there and fucking bomb. It's because there's expectation. I've seen people now that have bought tickets. I'm like, fuck, there's people coming. I'm so excited though. It'll be a really fun show.
It'll be great.
And it'll be a good podcast and we're going to have a good party. I think we'll have a good beer after it.
Fuck yeah. See you, ladies and gents. Bye.
See you, nerds.